Universal love. Yeah, this is the kind of energy that I'm feeling. Now, besides just romantic relationships or relationships in general, I'm also feeling this strong connection to everything and everyone. Even though there's so much chaos, so much that we're experiencing in the world right now, all around the world and in our society, I'm still feeling this collective togetherness right now. And I feel like whoever is watching this, the collective that I'm connecting to, is an expression of that as well. Celestial being. Yeah, you're quite unique and special. You have a strong universal love. You have a way of drawing energy together, drawing people together in very difficult times, in dark moments. This could be people who are close to you, could be your friends, your communities. An ethereal grace. I feel like you handle situations with grace. You know, it's very difficult with some of the crazy things that can be going on in the world to hold grace and not lose hope. But I don't feel like this is you. I feel like you retain this hope. I feel like you have a unique way and a depth about you when you look at the world. Mystical journey. I feel like you could be a mystic, a spell worker, somebody who is very sensitive, perhaps an empath or an intuitive or a spell worker yourself. Maybe even a tarot reader. A lot of people who watch tarot readings online are also tarot readers. Myself included, I watch other tarot readers all the time. We're just going to look at the overall energy. I feel like you're a sensitive soul, but you have experience behind you. You have the ability to remain calm and stay in touch even through very difficult life moments or chaos that is happening around you or in the world. That's a rare gift. You got the Queen of Cups. This is absolutely your energy. I feel like you're also a very romantic person, but I don't just mean this in the way of intimate relationships or romantic relationships. I mean you romanticize life. You see the magic in life. You see the magic in everything. You can see beauty in things and notice things that other people can't. I almost see somebody sitting in their bedroom, reading a book. You have a very rich inner world. Maybe you love fantasy. Maybe you love romance. Maybe you love the esoteric and occult, and you love these things. They ground you. They bring you back to yourself. No matter what's going on the outside, no matter what obligations you have. You're like a fantasy art character. That's how I see you. That's how I'm seeing you right now. A fantasy art character. Very beautiful energy. We've also got the Six of Swords and the High Priestess. So alongside of that, you're also a very intuitive person. Very spiritual, very mystical. I don't feel like you're somebody who just lets anybody into your world or close to you. You're protective of your energy. You're protective of your space. This is how you are able to remain calm. This is how you keep yourself sane. You're protective of your space. You walk away from situations that don't serve you. There's a very quiet strength about you. You have a lot of inner strength. And I feel like this has something that has been forged over time. I feel like sometimes you can be fearful of getting attached to people. I feel like you're someone who feels very deeply. You can be very devoted. That's why you're so careful about your space. You're energetically sensitive. You can pick up on very subtle cues, subtle energy. You can read a room very easily. All right, we're going to look at the immediate situation in your relationships. This is a beautiful card. I don't usually work with this deck very often. I use one that's very similar. But the artwork is gorgeous, and this is strength. It's a white lion. It's very regal. I feel like you are very regal, very classy. You may even like old books or old artifacts or old antiques. I don't know. I'm just seeing that in my mind. But I feel like you are very regal, and you're being asked more than ever right now to remain in your resilience, to maintain your inner strength. I feel like maybe sometimes you can be overly protective, too defensive. Maybe you can escape a little bit too much. But I feel like this is where your strength comes from. A lot of people don't know how to be alone. They're uncomfortable with being alone. You're not. This is a strength of yours. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes it's important to balance that with people you truly care about that really get you, right? People that really get you, that when they're in their space, they enhance it. They make it better, not worse. We also got the World. So this situation is involving a cycle. You may be moving into a new cycle right now. You may be completing one or in the middle of one, but I feel like something is completing and you are starting into a new cycle of your life. I feel like I'm speaking to a veteran of life in some degree, especially emotionally. I feel like you have been through a lot and you have learned a lot. You're careful about how you approach relationships now. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, so you could also be somebody who is just very focused on building their own life. You're focused on building your kingdom, building your life, focusing on your stability, your independence. This is a relationship with self. This is the direction it's gone in. And the first card that came out was Universal Love, Celestial Being, Ethereal Grace. I'm getting someone who has been through the war and wear the scars proudly. This is a love of yourself and acceptance of yourself. And even through everything that you have been through, you can still hold space for others. You make this world a better place because you exist in it. We've got the Ace of Cups. That's so beautiful. You have learned to fill your own cup. You have learned to exist in your own bliss without the need of external validation. I've also got the Five of Swords, so I feel like at times this can cause some conflict for you. But you're happy where you are. You don't like to be pushed. You like to be involved when you're ready to be involved. But I feel like there is also something new coming in for you. I feel like it may be a little bit disruptive to your routine, disruptive to how you exist in your world. I feel like that might agitate you a little bit, that might test you. But whatever this test is going to be, whatever these challenges are, while it might bring conflict, I'm seeing that you're going to have your cup overflowing regardless. I also got the Three of Wands. So maybe you're creating something. I'm seeing a creative. These cards are also very colorful and beautiful. And I was wondering why I chose this deck for this reading because I don't use it very often, but I was drawn to it for this reading. I'm seeing somebody who is waiting for something to come in, for something to expand. I feel like you're a very creative person. You have something in your life that fulfills you. There's also something beyond just your hobbies and your pastime that you are working towards, that you're working on. A way that you express yourself, or I'm also seeing someone who is artistic. Maybe you share your art online or something like that. But if you are selling something, there could be some competition around you. There could be some conflict around you. You're not going to let this bother you, right? This isn't going to bother you. We've also got the Devil on the bottom and the Five of Pentacles. So be wary of those around you who may try to manipulate you, take you for granted, take advantage of your skills. I'm seeing that as a small warning for some of you. I feel like you're very perceptive and you have good discernment with people. I feel like you're the kind of person who is slow to attach, but once you do, you're very devoted and you're very choosy about who you let in. And because of that, because your relationships have more depth, they're more fulfilling. You trust them. They fill your cup as much as you fill theirs. And you're also capable of, being secure and being alone. We got the King of Swords as well, so I see two messages with this. I feel like maybe step outside of your world a little bit. Express yourself in the world around you, in the external world, in different ways. There's a call for you to flip from your intuition and your emotional bubble into a more intellectual and analytical mind for something. So if you're a creative, and this is for some of you, not all of you, but if you're a creative and you're trying to build a business or you're trying to sell your art, maybe you're only focused on the creative aspect of it. But there's also a need for you to be strategic, analytical, and plan around your business, the business side of things, the selling side of things. I'm seeing that for some of you. For others of you who, this is someone you could be meeting. This is someone who is intellectual, mature, someone who comes in very unexpectedly. You may or may not know this person, but I feel like there's a connection around you that can even bring in some of those skills to you. It could even be a mentor. For those in the other situation, it could even be a mentor. Oh my goodness. got the Chariot and the Two of Swords. So there's a need for you to make a decision, to be more prompt in your decision making, to be less indecisive. There's a planning phase and then there's a getting on with it phase. And I feel like you can get very stuck in the planning phase of, everything. This overflows into different areas of your life, be it relationships or business or work, whatever it might be, your creative aspects. But there's a need to balance these aspects of your life, because when one is out of balance, it creates indecision in you. So when you step out of your emotional, intuitive bubble of escape and imagination and art, whatever it may be, you also should take that with you. Don't leave it there. I almost feel like you're a chameleon of spaces. Like you go into this space and you stand in one archetype, one aspect, and then you're in another space and you stand in that archetype and that aspect. There's a need to combine them in different spaces. You can show different sides to you in different spaces and with different people. Maybe you're not comfortable doing that yet. Seven of Pentacles. So there's definitely something you're looking back on. There's definitely something you're looking at in terms of a plan, in terms of something that you've built or you're planning on building. So I feel like you're in this creative planning phase. And you're also trying to figure out who you should involve, who you should tell, who you should look to for advice. I feel like if you're used to solitude and being in your own world, you're going to have a situation soon coming up for you that's going to put you into action a little bit. You've got the Four of Pentacles. You can be a little bit reserved. You can keep things to yourself. This can be a challenge for you because sometimes that can block opportunities or relationships that can really, assist you or help you or, help you figure out problems. And we've got the Page of Wands. This could also be an opportunity coming towards you that's going to really inspire you. This could be an idea. Somebody might bring you an idea, or you have an idea that you want to bring to somebody else. But I'm seeing that you have the foundations here because you are a magical creature all in yourself. You could even be a writer or thinking about writing something. Either way, you're aspiring to put something into reality, something tangible. But I think you're also starting to realize that that's a big task on your own, that maybe it would be a good idea to ask for help or to ask for advice. I feel like for some of you, there's somebody around you who can, somebody who will bring in a different perspective. I feel like you make something, or you have made something that's really beautiful. Not in this lifetime. What's that about? What's not in this lifetime for you? Maybe someone is chasing you. Maybe someone has a crush on you. Indecision is causing delays. I said this earlier. Indecision can be your crutch. It's your muse. 12 months from now on the bottom, so I feel like that might be significant for you. I feel like you need a year to build something. Indecision is causing delays. Be careful of indecision. You can miss opportunities when you get stuck in that energy. Sometimes you just need to act and then figure it all out later, right? But not in this lifetime. I just want to pull one on that and see what that is. But if you're feeling delayed in anything, or if you feel like others are progressing or others are telling you what to do and it's getting on your nerves, I feel like maybe be open to some different advice or just hearing different perspectives. Not to influence you, but just to get a different perspective, especially if you are somebody who lives inside, who spends a lot of time alone. Got the Two of Cups, so I'm seeing a union here. Or somebody wants a union with you, but it says not in this lifetime, so I feel like that's a no for you. Maybe someone's offering to help, or maybe someone just wants to get to know you more, but you're not interested right now. I feel like you're in love with your life, you're in love with yourself, and it took a lot to get to that point for you, and that's not something you're willing to easily give away to someone. I can't really say anything about this person because I didn't draw any extra cards on that possibility with the Knight of Swords. But this reading has me really excited for some reason. Excitement, beauty, wholeness, wholesomeness. Both of those words apply. What is the indecision? I feel like you need to make a decision on something. Ooh, the Ten of Pentacles. You have to make a decision on something that is going to change your life in crazy ways. I've also got the Eight of Pentacles, so you're being asked to make a choice about building something, coming out of the planning phase or the imagination phase and making it tangible, okay? That's what I'm seeing for you. So make the choice to rebalance these energies. I did see something about balancing here earlier. Balance these energies, make this choice. There's something that's going to be extremely, extremely rewarding for you. I'm seeing community, happy family life. I'm seeing wishes fulfilled. I'm seeing financial abundance. But I feel like you need to get out of the planning phase and you need to balance this with actual action. But I feel like there's something that you're going to be building that's going to be very successful for you. All right. I think I've repeated myself enough in that one sentence. Cycles, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. So yeah. We talked about cycles earlier. Either the world was here. So a cycle is ending, a new one is beginning. You are stepping into something brand new, a new cycle in your life. And it's going to be very rewarding for you if you follow the advice, if you reflect on this. You know, if you balance these energies, okay? All right. All my love to you. Bye for now.